Good evening, YTPC. Here I am in the shed of serenity, a Sunday evening. Just thought I'd do a real quick video response to Mike Rondeau's request and Ichiban Piper's request that I do a favourite 5 for them. But this is the last one I'm going to do because that's number 3, and it gets trickier and trickier to actually pick out tobaccos that I've actually smoked. I've got, as I said, half my collection I haven't actually got to yet, not even tried it. So still smoking my real deal Rattray pipe here, and decided to open what I jarred up of this lovely Kentucky nougat from Garwith and Hogarth, and it's absolutely delicious. I will smoke a bit more of it and then come back and sort of give you a real first impression or review. But I must say, it's the first taste of it is wonderful. Sweet, of course. So here, without further ado, is the last favourite 5 from Redcoat's Return. Good afternoon, everyone. Just going to go through my 3rd list of favourites here. Responding to Ichiban Piper, who called me out another time, and Mike Rondeau said he'd like to see a 3rd list. This, I promise you, is the last one. Funny thing is, you rummage through all your tobacco and it seems to get easier as you go along with these lists to find another set that you can fit in those categories. Anyway, let's start here. So Sutliff Old Professor for the all-day smoke. That's very recent, and I just did a video about my first impressions of that one, and discovered it from Professor Jeremiah. So it's a very recent introduction, but I've already smoked about 5 or 6 bowls of this. It's absolutely perfect English blend as far as I'm concerned. Easy to smoke and very, very pleasant. From Sutliff, of course, tobacco reviews goes at 2.8, which is good to very good, if you like. Latakia, Oriental Turkish and Virginia. Very nice tobacco. On the aromatic side, one that I've known about 2 years from Dan Pipe. So that's from Dan Tobacco or DTM or Dan Pipe. And some of the American sites do stock Dan Tobacco, so you always have a look, you might find it. That got a 3.0 on tobacco reviews. That is Black Cavendish, Burley, Virginia. But the topping on this one is really nice. It's almond, vanilla and cocoa. And it's just done in such a way, burley forward, that it's easy to smoke, softened by the Black Cavendish further, and you could easily smoke that all day. But if you want a bit of nice vanilla and almond with it too. So a Codger blend. This one, Prince Albert Soft Vanilla. Not the regular Prince Albert, but the soft vanilla variant. That's actually much harder to find than regular Prince Albert. And the question is, are they still going to make it? Rumour has it they haven't stopped with Prince Albert blends or Carter Hall. They just had some production difficulties. We will see if they come back on the market, and I do hope that this one will come back on the market, because I like this quite a bit better than Prince Albert. It's only a 2.4 in tobacco reviews. It's of course from Middleton. It's black Cavendish, burley, and regular Cavendish, and it's got vanilla and a liqueur, slightly fruity topping. Some people said it's orange, some said it's a fruit, but they couldn't pick out what it was. But I found it very pleasant, and I was tipped off to that one by Tony513, the man with the mellifluous voice. Do check out his channel. He's been doing some lovely poetry recently, and it's just lovely to listen to. And I didn't even know about this until I saw a video where he was smoking it. So it's amazing. I learn constantly from our colleagues, you know, about new tobaccos and new pipes and everything. So that's the Codger blend. Then what about the Friday? It's been a tough week or whatever, and you need something you can absolutely count on that you're going to enjoy. Ennerdale Flake, Sam Garwith, or Garwith and Hogarth now. It's a 3.1 in tobacco reviews. It's a burley, Virginia. It's got a kind of fruit rum vanilla topping, which is kind of hard to pull apart for those individual flavours. It's very pleasant, and in the background, of course, is your good old regular Lakeland notes of the casing, which come with so many of Garworth blends, and that's in there too. But it's very, very, very pleasant, and I just could smoke that anytime, and you can really count on it that you're just going to enjoy it. So it's beautiful flake tobacco. Alternatively, if you want a sweet bomb, this is the best sweet bomb I know about. This is Kitty Max Boone's favourite, I think, still. 3.2 in tobacco reviews is Malte Dolce from Sutcliffe. Black Cavendish Burley Virginia with a caramel, honey and vanilla topping, and it will not disappoint you if you want taste matching or exceeding even what you smell from the tin note. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a bit oily, as some of the heavily topped Sutcliffes are, but the flavours are just magnificent. So I'm halfway through this tin. I've resealed it, and it's absolutely one that you'll enjoy if you've had a tough week. Then we come on to what would you have to impress friends, and that's usually these rather hard to get tobaccos, which people might be surprised that you were able to get some. I got some very kindly from Milan Tobacco. I just made it at the end of their drop and got some of this beautiful Pembroke Esoterica, which I've already got through one tin of this. It's very, very good. I like it. It's an English blend, but a bit of a crossover because it's got a cognac. So it's Latakia, Oriental, Turkish and Virginia, but there's a cognac topping on it. A lot of people say it's Margate with a cognac topping. Might be. I particularly like this one. Margate is also very, very good. But if you've got some good friends and you're willing to share this after what it cost you to get hold of it, at least in Europe, it's very hard well, you can't get it in Europe. You have to buy it when there's a drop in the US. But it's a great tobacco. And another one, and I shout out here to my good friend Jeffrey Alton Carter, Renaissance piper, who gifted me some sweet Galenus from Storyteller's Pipe, who of course is closing very sadly. So last chances probably to get some of this. And it's this one is the lovely Black Cavendish Burley Virginia blend with chocolate, vanilla, walnut, and liqueur cherry, and it's just beautifully done. You'd think it's not easy to mix those flavors together to make a success, but they've achieved it here, and that would actually be something I'm sure friends would like if they like an aromatic, and is now also hard to get, or almost impossible to get. Almost interchangeable, of course, is the last category of special occasions, which again, you probably have tobaccos that are hard to get, or you haven't got much of, or they're expensive, or I don't know what. Fortunately, there's one place in Switzerland that does seem to still occasionally offer a little bit of McClelland, and I stocked up with what I could afford from him, and the two I've tried quite often now is Navy Cavendish Matured, which is a beautiful flake, and I'm very partial now these days to flakes, but also rum tobaccos. So that's all the Navy flakes. This got a 3.0. By the way, if I didn't say it, Pembroke was a 3.0 in tobacco reviews as well. And this one wasn't scored. It's listed but not scored because nobody has done reviews of it. But I would certainly say it's at least a 3.0, if not more, in my scorebook. So back to McClelland. That's basically pure Virginia and rum. And the other McClelland is Deep Hollow. And Deep Hollow got a 2.8 in tobacco reviews, and it's Virginia and vanilla. And I find that a very pleasant one. Of course, anything that's heavy Virginia or pure Virginia, these ones can bite you. So you've got to smoke them in a gentle pace. But if you do that, you will enjoy them immensely. So provided you do your heat control and your tempo control and take all other measures to reduce possible bite, they can be absolutely deliriously beautiful to smoke. I'm getting better at Virginias. I'm not the expert, but I'm slowly getting to a point where I can enjoy some of these heavy or pure Virginia tobaccos, and they're really lovely. I wouldn't have missed that for the world, and glad I've slowly got better at it. So that's my list number 3. I promise everybody that will be the last list, so no more call outs please, but if you've got a chance to get any of these, and depending on what your fancy is, I'm sure you're going to enjoy them. Well, my thanks again to those who put me on to those lovely tobaccos. Tony 513 for the Prince Albert soft vanilla, and of course Professor Jeremiah for the Old Professor tobacco, and my friends in Germany, who several people made lovely videos. Michael Chassapol made one quite recently, his favourite 5, and one of them is Jolly Joker. Didn't actually get very good, fantastic review in its early days in tobacco reviews, but I noticed the rating has been climbing, and I think it's just a wonderful tobacco, and quite a few American online sites like Tobacco Pipes and SmokingPipes.com do stock some Dan tobacco. I haven't checked if that particular one is available. Otherwise, I think Dan tobacco may ship worldwide, so you could check their site in Germany. But they do make some very creative, wonderful tobaccos. It's one of the great German tobacco houses, Dan Pipe, I think. I view. Well, a lovely walk today. It's a very bright, sunny day, still pretty cold, but at least some sunshine's out there, and the sun is slowly setting further and further along the hills, so we're getting a bit more light. We're heading now for 20 past 5 and still some light outside, so that's, you know, tells you that winter won't last forever. Anyway, take care everyone, look after yourselves. Cheers until the next Redcoats Return video.